The following video is the Zoom presentation of a MassDEP UMass Drinking Water Small Systems intern project on operator training by Christian Pasichny and Emma Boudreau. The MassDEP UMass Small Systems intern program is funded by a US EPA Safe Drinking Water Act grant to MassDEP in support of small drinking water systems throughout Massachusetts. This collaboration began when MassDEP's Yvette DePisa, Michael Maynard, and Art Screpitus saw opportunities for drinking water community involvement and operator training with students of UMass under the leadership of Professor David Reckow, Professor John Tobiasen, and research engineer Patrick Whitbold. Previous intern projects have worked on lead in schools, small system assistance, operator certification, and other current drinking water topics such as PFAS. MassDEP would like to thank all of our partners on these projects, including the US EPA, Mass RWA, FERCOG, RCAP, and the UMass Group, especially Professor Reckow, Patrick Whitbold, and the student interns. They have done hard work on this and all their other drinking water projects.
My name is Christian, joined with my friend Emma. We're going to talk about operator training. So quick background of what we're going to talk about today. We're going to go over why people should become licensed water operators. We're going to go over some ideas to get more people interested in the career of becoming a water operator, and then wrap up by presenting some marketing strategies for finding new water operators. So to get started, why should people want to become water operators? Well, after the pandemic, it is the perfect time for people to join a new career because, as we've seen, a lot of people are losing their jobs, and this job right here is stable and not really affected by the economy because people who work in this field are always going to have jobs because people are always going to need water. So that's really important to get across to people. And, you know, it's important to make these people realize that as a water operator, you're not just locked into one job. There's actually many different career opportunities that go along with becoming a water operator and getting a license, because you can move up in the ranks and do a lot of things.
Here we have a chart that shows a couple different career paths that you can go into, and adding on to what Christian said, getting an operator license doesn't narrow you to one specific career path. One job might lead you to another, and upgrading licenses can bring about more opportunities, different jobs, and ultimately higher salaries. And a few ways to reach out to high school and grade school students we've listed here. Just incorporating lessons on water operation and introducing the career to curriculum in technical education classes in vocational schools. Also having college and career fairs, bringing representatives there at high schools is another way for kids to meet with operators and talk to them face-to-face, learn a little bit about their day-to-day job. And also targeted advertisements for clubs such as like environmental clubs, green team, sustainability clubs, getting kids who are already involved in the environment to learn a little bit more about this career will help. And encouraging schools to host field trips at water treatment plants might also widen the scope of people who know about water operation. So different tactics to get college students to know more about the career is, again, career fairs, having representatives go to them so that they can talk to students, introducing it earlier in freshman level classes for civil engineering and possibly environmental classes as well, just to get kids talking about it. and associated advertisements with organizations such as Engineers Without Borders, and providing basic operator training courses at universities, having flyers up, getting students talking about it once again. So right here is a flyer that we made, and it's targeted towards high school and college students primarily. And we listed a few things to emphasize when trying to get students interested in this career. Emphasize that they are helping clean the environment and fighting climate change and correcting years of pollution that have previously occurred. And also mention that you need a high school diploma and a GED or a GED, but you don't necessarily need a 4-year college degree. Although if you do have a 4-year college degree, it will open up more opportunities for advancement in your future. Again, mention there are different career paths. You're not stuck to one certain job. You can move around, and the yearly salary isn't too bad. It's on average $50,000 a year. And also water operators are needed everywhere, so it's easy to move around and be able to find another job.
Awesome. So now let's look at a different demographic of people, people who are unemployed due to this pandemic. You know, we know right now that a lot of people are losing their jobs, and that makes this the perfect time to bring them onto a new career like this one. So here we've just laid out some strategies for attracting people in this economy. So first of all, we think reaching out to employers who are laying off workers is a great idea. For, you know, people at MassDEP, reach out to maybe construction companies, manufacturers, auto mechanics. You know, these could be people that already have some technical and mechanical skill, and now they're out of work, and you could just steer them right onto this path pretty easily, and it could be a great fit for them. Another thing to do is to just increase the pay of these operators. You know, these people do valuable work for society, and they deserve to make a good living. And, you know, a little pay increase, higher salary is definitely going to get people interested. Another important thing to do is just make training programs accessible. You know, host local and online training programs. Especially nowadays, online training programs are pretty essential, considering people can't really gather and meet in public right now. So just making training programs accessible to more and more people will get more and more people to join. And another thing to consider would even to be to just waive the training fee for these programs during the recession. You know, money is tight for a lot of people right now, and, you know, if someone wants to sign up for a training program but can't really afford it, they should still be given the opportunity to take a training and try and join this career. And lastly, we could always just raise taxes on water to raise public awareness. You know, people see their water bill, they see it goes up, and they just appreciate the value of water more and more. So here we made another flyer. This flyer targets more so the unemployed. So we really want to emphasize key points like this job is always going to be stable and essential. You know, you can't really lose your job as a water operator because people always need water. Training programs are provided. So, you know, make sure people know where they can get training programs and that they can learn all the essential skills needed in these training programs. And there are some technical and mechanical skills that are required to do this job, obviously. Some math skills definitely needed. So that's important to emphasize. And lastly, we want to talk about another very powerful marketing tool, and that is social media. So we came up with a little social media campaign here. We call it the MassDEP Small Water Systems Showcase. We really encourage MassDEP to use the power of stuff like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, And we really think that spreading public awareness of the valuable work that water operators do will attract people to this profession. So, this can be done like at the same time as inspections. Do an inspection, take some pictures of how this small water system operates, interview the small water system operator, and then make a post on social media highlighting this small water system, the operators that work there, and in doing so, you can include the people that use this water. So if there is, say, a university that relies on a small water system, you can tag the university in the post, and then everyone in the university is going to see, wow, that's where my water comes from. A lot of people just turn on their kitchen sink, water comes out, they don't really think about the work that goes behind it. So if you show people on social media where they get their water, more people will appreciate the valuable work that water operators do, and it will just increase general awareness of this career. So that's it. Thank you for joining us today, and are there any questions?
Thank you, guys. Time for one.
Yeah, this is Michael Maynard. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that presentation. I'm also on top of the grant thing. I'm the board of certification, the chairman of the board, and thank you for pulling this together. One of the things that I wanted to mention to particularly to the UMass students is that the flexibility. There's a number of different jobs, and you brought that up. Did a great job. Also, we all have visions of, graduating from college and moving different places, but that's an important point that that you brought up is you can move anywhere and be a water operator or a wastewater operator. So getting the basic training now, sitting through Dr. Reckow and Patrick's and Dr. Tobias's classes, I would think that the probability of you passing a D1 or a T1 course is good. So you can please sit for those exams, take them. I know Patrick is working to get funding for that. We'll also match funding. So if you would like to take the D1 and T1, talk to Patrick, and we are working on getting the exam fees waived. So yeah, that's kind of a plug. Appreciate the help in the presentation. Thank you.
Yeah. Every student here, Michael, was at the D1, T1 that Bob put on at UMass, and so we'll you and I should talk about getting them through the exam. Now, given COVID now, but
hi,
we'll talk offline.
Hi, this is Haim. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If you have some time, I could add my life experience with New England Waterworks and the licensing. So I am currently an environmental engineer with MassDEP, Western Region. I'm also a professional engineer. And so in 2009, obviously I had done some work in developing countries in drinking water. I was going around giving talks, and at CDM Smith, I gave this presentation about a drinking water project I did in Nepal and India, and there I met DEP staff who actually pointed me towards a DEP class that was happening in Worcester Polytechnic. So that's how I got to meet Liz Kotarski, who is my mentor, and with that, I also took exams on VSS operator and also sat on a T1 licensing exam, and also became a New England Waterworks Association scholar. So just wanted to add to all of that, like, and after that, obviously, like, and I had to do something else. I immediately could not work in drinking water field. But again, after so many years working, 7 years after working for Clean Harbors, I'm back again with MassDEP as an environmental engineer. And my experience, familiarity, and also licenses, I feel like I kind of like I'm back home. So drinking water in general is broad field. You can always take exams, get licenses, and also immediately either move into the field or do something else and come back. So you have choices. So you don't have just like a choice to move it into different locations, but also different water field. I got experiences in wastewater, hazardous waste, because there is some water involved as well, and drinking water. So you get to do a lot. And getting through the classes and the licensing process. I still remember the day Jen Peterson walked me to City of Cambridge Water Department, and I was an intern in 2010.
So thank you all, Emma and Christian.